Hello, dear kiddos. Hope you all are doing good, and we are back again. We are discussing 2023 NEET question paper, and this is part 2. Part 1, we have covered 10 questions, and this is part 2 again with 10 questions, and paper code is E1. Let us begin without any delay. Here goes the very first question. Given below are two statements. Statement 1, vas deferens receives a duct from seminal vesicle and opens into urethra as the ejaculatory duct. Okay. Statement 2, the cavity of cervix is called cervical canal, which along with the vagina forms the birth canal. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options below. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are true. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are false. Statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is false, statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is true. What do you think? Ready, everybody? Your time starts now, and this is from male reproductive system, right? You all definitely know about the male reproductive system, and the answer is yes. Both the statements are absolutely true. You know, the seminal vesicle has its duct which comes and joins with the vas deferens, so that the seminal vesicle fluid enters into that, which is a component of semen, right? The fluid from seminal vesicle, prostrate, and bulbourethral forms the seminal fluid along with the sperm called the semen. And of course, urethra is the common passage for both urine and sperms, right? And it opens into urethra as the ejaculatory duct. Okay. Then statement 2, if you see, the cavity of the cervix is called cervical canal, and along with vagina forms the birth canal. Both are true. Yes. Yeah. So next one. Which one of the following is common sexually transmitted disease and it's completely curable when detected early and treated properly? Genital herpes, gonorrhea, hepatitis B, HIV infection. Your time starts. 3, 2, 1 right now. Come on, kiddos, you can do it. Yes, the answer is gonorrhea. So basically, it's a bacterial infection caused by a bacteria called Neisseria gonorrhea. Of course, it's a STD, sexually transmitted disease. And when it is diagnosed early, it can be completely cured, right? Treatable and curable. And yeah, of course, they use antibiotics since it's a bacterial infection. And others, if you see, are not curable, right? They can be managed with proper genital care, that is HIV, genital herpes, and hepatitis B, but they are not curable. Next one. Which of the following is not a cloning vector? BAC, YAC, PBR 322 probe. Your time starts. 3, 2, 1 right now. It's just simple. The level is very easy here. Yes, children, the answer is probe. Probe is not a cloning vector for sure, right? What is probe? It's nothing but short labeled DNA sequences used to detect the presence of specific DNA sequence. And usually it's tagged with the radioactive or fluorescent labels, right? And those methods like the southern blotting or in situ hybridization to find and locate particular DNA segments, right? Whereas if you see bacterial artificial chromosome, yeast artificial chromosome, and PBR 322, these are cloning vectors which will use to carry and replicate foreign DNA in the host cells. Next one. Once the undigested and unabsorbed substance enter the cecum, their backflow is prevented by sphincter of Oddi, ileocecal wall, gastroesophageal sphincter, pyloric sphincter. Your time starts. 3, 2, 1 right now. Such a simple question. And children, I know that the digestive system is not included. Yes. So the answer is nothing but ileocecal valve, right? Option B is the right answer. So children, basically if you see this valve, it's between the ileum and the cecum, right? So it prevents the backflow of undigested and unabsorbed substances from the cecum back into the small intestine. Yeah. So the presence of valve itself is to prevent the backflow, right? In case of the circulatory system, to prevent backflow of blood. Here, in order to prevent the backflow of undigested material, right? Okay. Yeah, and one more thing regarding the previous question. Yeah, so I know this is not, digestive tract is not for system is not in the syllabus, but fine, this was one of the question in 2023 paper. You can just know, right? Just a knowledge. Next one. Which of the following statements are correct regarding female reproductive cycle? In non-primate mammals, cyclical changes during reproduction are called ostrous cycle. First menstrual cycle begins at puberty and is called menopause. Lack of menstruation may be indicative of pregnancy. Cyclic menstruation extends between menarche and menopause. Choose the correct options, okay? A and D, A and B, A, B and C, A, C and D. Your time starts. 3, 2, 1 right now. And the answer is A, C and D, right? So in non-primate mammals, if you see, cyclic changes, right, during reproduction is called ostrous cycle. That's very true. Yeah, in we humans and other primates, we call it menstrual cycle, right? Likewise, they call it ostrous cycle there. And a common early sign of pregnancy is the absence of menstruation, which is true. The cyclic menstruation typically takes place between menarche, that is the onset of puberty, and menopause, that is the offset, the cessation of the menstrual cycle. Okay, you're right. Given below are two statements. Statement 1, low temperature preserves the enzyme in a temporarily inactive state, whereas high temperature destroys enzymatic activity because proteins are denatured by heat. Statement 2, when the inhibitor closely resembles the substrate in its molecular structure and inhibits activity of enzyme, it is known competitive inhibitor. Student, one of the questions in the previous paper was related to this topic. I hope you all remember. In the light of the above statement, choose the correct option. Both the statement are true, both the statement are false. Statement 1 true, statement 2 false, statement 1 false, statement 2 true. Your time starts. 3, 2, 1 right now. Very simple. Again, I will say the level of difficulty here is very easy. Yeah, the answer is both the statements are absolutely true, right? Yeah, whenever there is low temperature, the enzyme is in temporarily inactive state, whereas high temperature will denature the proteins. Secondly, the inhibitor resembling the substrate and going and attaching with the binding site, right? That is a perfect example for competitive inhibitor. Yes. Radial symmetry is not found in adults of Ctenophora hemichordata, Coelenterata, Echinodermata. Your time starts. 3, 2, 1 right now. Again, a simplest question, I would say. Yeah, the answer is hemichordata. Children, in Ctenophora, Coelenterata, Echinodermata, you can see radial symmetry. Echinodermites, especially in adults, you can see radial symmetry. In lava only, it's bilateral. But hemichordata is completely bilateral symmetry. No radial symmetry at all. Okay? Yeah, they are bilaterally symmetrical, not at all radially symmetrical. In which blood corpuscles the HIV undergoes replication, produces progeny viruses, TH cells, B lymphocytes, basophiles, and eosinophils. Your time starts. 3, 2, 1 right now. Yes, the CD4 plus cells, right? Otherwise called the TH cells. Look at that. HIV mainly multiplies inside TH cells, also called CD4 plus T cells. These are called T lymphocytes that help in managing body's immune response, right? And the HIV will attack and destroy specifically the TH cells, which weakens the immune system. Vital capacity of lung, very important, is inspiratory reserve volume plus expiratory reserve volume. IRV plus ERV plus TV is tidal volume plus RV, residual volume. IRV plus ERV plus TV, RV. IRV plus ERV plus TV. What do you think? Again, a simple question. Your time starts now. Yeah, the answer is IRV plus ERV plus TV, right? Yeah, this everybody knows, so make a note of it. Last and final question for this session. Select the correct group or set of Australian marsupials exhibiting adaptive radiation. Tasmanian wolf, bobcat, marsupial mole, numbat, spotted suscus, flying phalanger, mole, flying squirrel, Tasmanian tiger cat, lemur, anteater, and wolf. What do you think? Your time starts. 3, 2, 1 right now. Australian marsupials exhibiting adaptive radiation. The answer is numbat, spotted suscus, and flying phalanger. You know why? First of all, what is adaptive radiation? Where a group of organisms evolve and spread into different ecological barriers, right? Ecological niches. In Australia, some marsupials like numbat, spotted suscus, and flying phalanger show this type of evolution. They develop different features and adapted to different habitats and lifestyle, but they all belong to the same group, right? So this is a clear indication of adaptive radiation. And the other animals do not show kind of diversification adaptation, which is why they are not considered examples. Okay. Yes, with that we are completing today's session. I hope you all enjoyed. So yeah, wait for part 3. Yeah, let us all do that together and prepare yourself for that. And if you have any queries, please feel free to contact hdlearns@gmail.com. And if you really enjoyed the video, do like, subscribe, and share. Tada, bye bye, take care.